So Instagram's chronological feed update is here in the form of a following tab and a favorites tab. This means that when you're using these two feeds, you will see the most recent post first. This is just the way that old Instagram used to be. But there is a problem. In fact, there are a few problems. I'm pretty sure everybody has this update by now, but many people who have it don't know that they've got it because of the way that Instagram has rolled it out. If you go to the top left corner where there's a little Instagram logo on your normal feed of Instagram and tap it, you might see two different options. In fact, I'm pretty sure you will see two different options. For me, it just said Instagram. I tapped it and it became a down arrow button. There's no indication that this is a kind of interactive button at all. So go to your app, update it if you need to, and just tap that Instagram thing. You should be able to see a following tab and a favorites tab. Following tab is simply people that you are following in chronological order, and your favorites tab is people that you have assigned as your favorite. This is a maximum of 50 people. So what's the problem? This is good, right? Chronological feed is back. Like I said, there are a few problems, and all of these add up to something which I think, for me personally, and maybe for you, is a big problem. And this is a big indicator as to how Instagram really want you to be using the platform. If you go to your following feed, and then exit the app and come back later, or hit your little home button in the bottom, it will take you back to the main feed. So you're not selecting your default feed. Much like on Twitter, you can change the way that you actually see the posts. But on Instagram, they've decided to give you the option to go and explore it, and then you go back to your main feed, the one that they want you to be looking at. And they've said that that home feed is going to be much more curated. And I think there are some clues here, but we'll get to it in a second. So as I said, this is not like you're setting your default feed. You're not going to the settings and saying, I want my feed to be in chronological order and only the people that I'm following. Where Instagram really want you to be is on that home screen. They want you to be on the feed that they have curated, that their robots have picked for you, because that results in you spending more time on the app, and their robot thinks that that means that you're enjoying yourself even more. Now, this isn't a really direct comparison, but if I'm spending more time in a supermarket, am I enjoying it more, or am I just, looking around more? I'm not getting a better experience. So the next problem for me is that when you are in this kind of mode, these two new feeds, you can't see the stories at the top. Now, this makes sense on the following tab because you only see stories from people that you follow. But when you're in your favorites, it would be great if you could see the stories of your favorites all across the top of the people that you have assigned as your favorites on the app. Both of those things are a bit of a clue as to how they really want you to be using those sections. I don't think they really want you to be spending much time there at all. Otherwise, they would have made it so that you could change your default feed to your favorites or to your following. Now for the real problem, okay? So Instagram have been very open about how they think that chronological and only seeing your followers is a less good time on Instagram. People that they have asked have said that the normal home feed where it's all curated is better than the one where you decide what you see. That doesn't make any sense to me, okay? If you've decided to see something, you're completely responsible for what it looks like. Just change it. Unfollow people, follow new people. I don't understand how anyone can complain that, oh, all these people I decided to follow, I'm not enjoying it very much. Poor old me. So if Instagram don't think we're enjoying it that much, why did they give it to us? Why would they give us something that they know we don't like? Well, I think what it does is it gives them license to completely curate that home feed. It gives them license to do whatever they want with that home feed, because they can always say, well, look, we've given you chronological following, why don't you just go over there? You see, by giving us this following feed, this kind of appeasing us with this new feature, they can do whatever they want with the home feed, and they have already said that it's going to become much more curated. So they are going to go down the route of TikTok, where they're essentially farming you for your attention. They have a way of using robots to make you stay on the app. Has anyone ever come off of these things and said, God, such a wonderful time I've had there? I watch YouTube videos and I'll come away inspired, or I'll come away thinking, I've learned something new. I got what I intended to get out of it. I want to change my, the wiper on my car. I learned how to do that and then I left. That's fine. Can someone say to me, in that case, you only spent 2 minutes on the app, you're probably not having a good time? No, I just got what I wanted and I left. It was fine. But no, Instagram want to make that home feed curated. They want to squeeze every last drop of your attention, because obviously, as we all know, the more time that you spend in there, it bumps their numbers, and that's better for their advertisers or whatever business model they've got behind the scenes. Now, I have a lot of respect for the employees and people at Instagram, who I've heard is a much smaller team than anyone knows. I've got a lot of respect for them because they have built something that we all deeply care about, because we keep talking about it. We keep wanting to improve it. The thing is, when I went on that following tab and started scrolling, I was like, this is where everybody is. This is where all the people that I followed in the beginning have been posting to. And the worrying thing is, there wasn't that many posts. which makes me think most of the people, mostly photographers who I followed in the very beginning, are not active users anymore, which just goes to show how much of a toll Instagram's changes has taken on the kind of creative, artistic, and photography community. Now, if anybody from Instagram is watching, I want you to listen very carefully. If I watch something, that doesn't mean I wanted to. If I tap on something, that doesn't mean I wanted to. If I drive past the McDonald's and buy a burger, that doesn't mean I wanted to. That just means I'm weak and I'm a human. What I want to see is the people that I've hit follow on. That's what I want to see. End of story. If I hit unfollow on that person, I don't want to see their content anymore. Now, as I said before, I feel like Instagram have panicked into making all these changes to their platform that has really changed the community on it. And a lot of people have been saying that Instagram has copied TikTok. Well, that's not really what happened. If you think about it, okay, TikTok used to be something called Musical.ly. It's very similar. It's just a slightly different community now. But Musical.ly, if you looked at it back in the day, you would have said, oh, this is a bit like Instagram stories, which we know came from Snapchat. So all of these things are kind of derivatives. So for Instagram to react and say, oh my God, there's this app out there that is just making amazing vertical video, you just think, yeah, it happens on Instagram too, on Instagram stories. If you really just change stories from scrolling from left to right to up and down, that would have been fine. Just do that and we can just keep making stories. It's just the same, it just has a slightly different interface. That would have been it. They wouldn't have needed to invent a third type of video. But we know that Instagram has reacted to the popularity of TikTok, and that is what it's going to be. And it's my opinion that they are using this new chronological following tab to do whatever they want to the home screen. And I predict that it is going to become a lot more like TikTok. A lot more of what we're seeing, it's just going to keep going in that direction. So with all that in mind, which feed do you think you're going to spend most time on? Will you spend time on the following, the favorites, or the home feed? And if you could change your feed permanently to the following feed, would you do it? Let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear your opinion. And sorry I'm not uploading quite as much at the moment. I'm working on some big things here on YouTube, which I'm looking forward to sharing soon. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.